we are now going to continue with the concert with the 12 o'clock jazz band. We're going to start off with one of Jeff's tunes, apparently about based on a prank phone call, right?
What's that?
Fruitcake, right?
Fruitcake, yeah.
Yeah, the basis of the title is about prank phone calls. Wasn't his, or at least that's the story. We're sticking to it. Cody on the piano. Sam on the tenor. Adam on the trumpet. Robert on bass. Jeff Kaufman.
My name is Seth Doyle.
Next, we're going to continue with another one of Jeff's tunes. This is an absolutely gorgeous gospel ballad entitled Sweet Magnolias. Wasn't that great? We're going to continue with the Thelonious Monk composition and a really cool arrangement of it. It's got a nice funky shuffle feel to it. And this is going to feature three of our tenors and then our honorary fourth tenor today. So this is Thelonious Monk's Well You Need. one more time for those tenor saxophones. Matthew, David, Dan. Well, this has been an amazing night, an amazing day. For those of you that don't know, Jeff was out here all day working with the students, talking with the whole band in the morning, and then working with each jazz band on improvisation, on fundamentals, and so it's just been an amazing day of music, of learning, of growth, and it was so cool. Earlier today, he was working with both the 11 and 12 o'clock jazz bands on improvisation, and just like you could see musical growth happen right in front of you with some of those students. Like you could hear it. He would give some feedback, and they would play again, and they would transform. And to me, that's just amazing. It's so cool, and we're so honored to have someone like him here to share his gift with us. So we're very thankful for that. Few quick thank yous here before we play our last tune. First off, thank you to all of you that are here in the audience. It's awesome and amazing to see the arts happening here in Port Orange, to see this type of thing happening with this kind of support in Central Florida and in this community. And I think it's so important that you go out there and support the arts in our community. Whether it be here at Spruce Creek High School or community theater in DeLand or whatever it is, continue to support the arts. And so I'm so thankful for all of you to be here and to share this amazing music with us tonight. Next up, I wanted to take a moment to thank our music boosters. The Spruce Creek Music Boosters help make this event happen through their sponsorship of it. And so I just want to take this moment right now to thank our booster organization for supporting this event. Thank you so much. Next, I want to thank the director of bands here, my great colleague and friend, John Dupuy, for all of his support in making this event happen. And lastly, I want to thank the administration and teachers, staff for supporting things. And I believe Dr. Sparger is here and wanted to come up and say a word.
I want to echo your words there, Mr. Bosma. I also want to thank the district, who I know has been very supportive in buying instruments. I think the drum set there is a new addition for the those, are they called bugle horn? I don't know what they are. One of the horns that the group was playing back there. Was that a recent purchase? Okay, well, you can just call them. So I do want to echo those words and thank you to the district as well for their support. We certainly want to thank Mr. Bosma. Stepped it up a notch here. So we appreciate your efforts, and I definitely like watching the Bosma dance there as we go through this. I was thinking in honor of Thanksgiving, what kind of music the Pilgrims liked. Plymouth Rock, right? Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock, yes. What did the turkey say to the computer? Google, Google, Google. Check the mic, please. The classic Thanksgiving joke. Why was the cranberry red? it saw the turkey dressing. Turkey dressing, ladies and gentlemen. I do have one more presentation, Mr. Coffin. I definitely think there's a future in this for you. This music thing, you really got to get that a good push here. I see you touring with a well-known band. Hey, we're the Hawks, and I want to leave you the hawk yet. It maybe looks like a chicken, but it really is a hawk. And I'm fond of saying it's a great day to be a hawk, and you certainly, it's a great night to be a hawk. Thank you for coming.
Well, tonight I'm a hawk. I'll go ahead and put this on for the last tune. I will play better, that's true. So, first and foremost, I want to thank Rob here for having me out, for being flexible, and doing such an incredible job. Give it up for Rob Nelson. We were able to kind of thread the needle on this day. I've been out for 2 weeks now doing clinics up and down the East Coast and performances and whatnot. And after the hurricane, which I hope everybody was okay, by the way, we were thinking about you all in Nashville and hoping that everything was okay down here. But everything got canceled there, and we're trying to find a time to do it, and this was sort of like the only time, because there's Thanksgiving, and then there's Christmas break, blah, blah, blah. And so I was really thankful that they were able to make it. And so last night, I had to come from Hot Springs, Virginia, where I was conducting the Virginia All-State Jazz Ensemble. And it was about a 4-hour, well, it was supposed to be about a 3-hour ride to DC, but the guy went the back way through the woods. And then dropped me off at Dulles. Of course, my flight was at Reagan. And so I'm texting Rob, I'm saying, oh man, you're not going to believe this one. And so I was able to get to Reagan and made my flight, got down here, and we've been hanging out and talking shop, and it's been awesome. And getting to work with these students today has been a real joy. And you can hear how great they're all playing, and they really rose to the challenge. We talked a lot about fundamentals and articulation and dynamics, and we kept pushing it, and you hear the result, even in a very small amount of time. They're able to really escalate their playing. And so I want to thank all the students very, very much, each and every one of them. I want to thank Yamaha and D'Addario also. I endorse both of those companies, and they're amazing people, and they make incredible instruments. And they support, not only what I do, but what a lot of other musicians do out there in the education world, in the professional world. And, so I absolutely love what they do. They're amazing friends, great people, and incredible companies. And so I want to thank them as well. Music and Arts, yes, thank you, Music and Arts, for providing my saxophones tonight. Thank you very much. So this last tune we're going to do, excuse me, is another tune of mine entitled Move Your Rug. And it's a bit of a New Orleans jaunt, so we hope that if you're feeling the spirit, you want to get up and dance, or come down along the edges here. Don't fall into the pit or anything, but if you feel like shaking what you got, feel free to do that. Once again, how about this band? Thank you. Good night. Sensing a pattern here.